Hello, unlimited friends. Day 28. I can choose my thoughts. And when you think about it, isn't that what law of attraction is all about? It is about our ability to consciously, mindfully choose our thoughts. Choose our perspective, I think, is more accurate. When we choose our thoughts, we are actually choosing a perspective. How do we want to look at this thing? What are the inferences that we want to make as we see this thing? You can make positive inferences or you can make negative inferences. It's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? Someone can look at a plate of food and say, "Oh my God, look at how beautiful that looks, how delicious it looks." And another person can look at the same plate of food and say, "Oh my God, that looks disgusting." It is all a matter of perspective, and we can choose our perspective. We never have to push back against anything. We never have to call anything bad or inappropriate. Even when you look at that plate of food and you don't like it, you don't have to say, "Oh, that's disgusting." All you should say is, "All right, that's not for me. But hey, other people enjoy it, so I'm sure there's something good about it, but I'm good without it." That's the difference. That is all we are doing in law of attraction. Hugs back to you, lady. So we can only ever choose our perspective. We can choose the perspective that things are going wrong, or we can choose the perspective that things are exactly as they should be. And that source knows what source is doing. And source is an energy that loves everyone. So source does not want to harm anyone. Source does not want us to suffer. The only reason people suffer and when things happen that are unwanted is because people are attracting those things to them. Look at what is happening in the world with respect to coronavirus. Do you not see that people in those countries of the world were pushing against, calling each other wrong, calling each other inappropriate? And when you do that, nothing good can come of it. So, if other people make different choices from what you would choose, you don't have to call them wrong. They're just different. That's all. And being different is a good thing. Being different is where all contrast comes from. Being different is what makes life interesting. Think about it. If everything in the world was the same color, would the world be interesting as it is just now, with so many colors and so many textures? If everything was the same texture, if everything that you ate tasted the same, looked the same, would food be interesting? No, it wouldn't. If all of us looked the same, exactly the same cookie cutter faces and bodies, would that make it interesting for us to gaze on each other and look for eye candy? No, right? The reason we have fun, the reason life is interesting is because of contrast. So, when contrast comes along that we like, we enjoy it. And when contrast comes along that we don't quite like, we don't have to hate it. We don't have to go towards negative feelings. All we have to do is find a neutral place about it by telling ourselves, "That's not for me, but I'm sure there are others out there who appreciate it." And that's it. When you go into the grocery store, you don't buy everything that's there. You only buy those things that you want to consume. But you don't push against the rest. You don't go up to the manager and say, can you please take all these other things off the shelf that I don't need? You don't. And you know what? I love going into ethnic food stores because when I go into an ethnic food store from a different culture, I see so many interesting things that I didn't even know existed. And it's so much fun to make those discoveries. And sometimes I like to pick up some things that I've never tried before. Good morning, Wendy. And I like to bring them home and just try them out. Just for the heck of it. Because it looked nice. It captured my fancy. And I went, oh my God, this exists? And then someone else can look at that and say, oh my God, why are you even touching that thing, let alone putting it inside you? It's all a matter of perspective. And so this whole virus thing that has happened is such a big lesson to all humans. Change your perspective now. Because the way you're looking at things is not right. China, stop pushing against the US. US, please stop pushing against China. All countries of the world, stop pushing against each other. Italy, stop calling immigration wrong. Stop saying that people who come to your shores, to you because they can't find another place in the world to call home. Stop pushing back against them. Stop thinking, UK, stop thinking that your people will not have jobs because other people are coming into the country taking up those jobs. Stop pushing against each other. That's what this whole coronavirus thing is teaching mankind. Wherever people are unhappy, wherever people are practicing hate for other people, wherever people are fearful, that's where it is going. And the way to stop this thing from spreading is to accept that we are all the same. Each and every one of us is the same. Each and every one of us comes from source and goes back to source. It doesn't matter which religion you belong to, which society, which culture you're part of. You're all going to go back to source. Each and every one of us is going to leave this physical body behind and become part of source. How are we different? When I was a kid and I traveled the world with my parents because they traveled around a lot, and we didn't travel as tourists. My father traveled for work, and we went to different countries and we stayed there at least for a couple of months. I think mostly for at least a year in each place. And as a child, other people, relatives, friends would ask me, isn't it hard to go and make friends in other countries? Do you like living in other countries? And I remember this very clearly. I think around the age of 10, I said to myself, people are the same wherever I go. There's no difference. Everyone wants the same things. Everyone wants a house, a car. Everyone wants a loving family. Everyone wants the same thing. There's no difference among people. And knowing that and feeling that made me happy because it made it easy for me to make friends. Wherever I went, it was easy for me to get to know people. And the only reason I bring that up is because it is as easy as we make it. And it is as hard as we make it. It is a thought that we choose. We can choose to push against each other, or we can choose to understand that everyone has the same hopes and dreams. And every country wants the same thing for its country, its people. Every country, every government wants prosperity for its masses. Everyone wants well-being. And so there really is no reason to push back against each other. There really is no reason for us to feel that there isn't enough for all of us, because source provides for everybody in the same way. Source does not have favorites. Doesn't matter what color you are. Doesn't matter how big or small you are. Doesn't matter what part of the world you live in. Because every atom in your body is vibrating with the same energy that comes from Source. And we are all part of that entity, and we are all going to enjoy this life experience and go back into that. Like a drop of water. A drop of water, take it out of the ocean, and it has its individual existence. And then it gets thrown back into the ocean. Can you then separate that drop of water from any of the other drops that make up the ocean? And that's what our existence on this planet is. We are a drop of water, but we are still water. We didn't stop being water. We didn't stop being part of Source. Sure, we have our individual existence. As Abraham says, we are individual globs of energy. But it's the same energy. And when we go back into that energy, we become part of the ocean again. No difference. So, no one is different. The Italians, the Spaniards, the Portuguese, the British, the Canadians, the Americans, the Chinese, the Koreans, we're all the same. Everyone is the same. And if we could find it in our hearts to vibrate with love for the world, vibrate with love for this beautiful planet and the beautiful things that we have. Send out love and understand that everyone else is just like us. That is what Source is telling us. Source is telling us, stop now, guys. Change the way you think about each other. Because if you don't, then negative momentum will gain hold. And every subsequent event in the world that happens will be evidence of what we are doing as a group, as people, as inhabitants of this world, as a group. What are we doing? What is the thought, the rivers of thought that we are creating? Are they positive rivers of thought or negative rivers of thought? And this event has most definitely shown us that the world has created some negativity in large proportions. But we can turn it around so quickly. All we have to do, each one of us, become a lover of your neighbor. First of all, become a lover of your loved ones. How many of us look at our family members and find something about them that we don't like? Stop it! Because when you do that, you contribute to what is going on in the world. Love each and every person. Love yourself. You are amazing. We are all amazing people. All of us are the same. And that's change of masses. The vibration that masses send out is so powerful. Sure, one person is more powerful than millions, but can you imagine millions sending out positive vibration? That positivity is what happens when groups congregate. When people go for pilgrimage to whatever holy place that is holy for them. In that process of pilgrimage, they are sending out positive energy. And that is what makes all those historic religious places important. Doesn't matter whether it's Jerusalem or Mecca. Doesn't matter if it's Iraq. It doesn't matter where you go, what saint, what temple, who you go to. When people go to those places, they vibrate trust. And when you vibrate trust and faith, you become more powerful than you have ever been before. And that's all we need just now. We need trust and faith, and we need a change of perspective. We need acceptance and love for each other. And like I said, start with your own family. Love yourself, love each and every member of your family, then love the people who live on your street, and love the people who work in the grocery store and the pharmacy and the gas station that you go to on a regular basis. Love each and every person who works with you, whatever kind of work you do, your clients, your supervisors, your colleagues, and then watch what happens. We can drop this, we can eliminate this. It can go away as quickly as it came. All it needs is a change of perspective. So are you with me? Are you going to do it? If we all spend our day today sending out love, can you imagine what that will do? Just a few of us are enough. Just a handful of us are enough. Come on, let's do it. Let's show ourselves how powerful we are. And let's show everyone else how powerful they can be too. This is our time. This is our time to take control and do something. Do something that's going to help everybody. All right, guys. Wendy, yes! Love you all lots. Sending you a big, huge blast of love. And I want you to pay it forward. Send that love forward. Each and every interaction that you have today, send love. If you're watching TV, send love to those people too. Doesn't matter what they're talking about, because sometimes they don't know better, and sometimes they have to because that's how they put food on their table. It doesn't matter. They're the same as us too. They want the same thing we do. Everybody at this point in time in the world, everybody in the world wants one thing: well-being, and we can do it. So, come on, let's do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, for being here this morning to join me live. I will be posting this clip on my YouTube just because I don't know where it came from. It just came out of me. I was not planning to talk about all of this, but I think what came out is of value. And I want you to share this message with as many people as you can share it. Whatever groups you're a member of, share this message. We all need to send out the vibration of love. All right? Have a super day and send out that love. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.